Hello, it's Anne again. This time we're talking about the strap. So this is the sample, if you can see, in case if I run out of elastic. Okay, so before that we will talk about the strap. Okay, so if you are using the regular strap, I think this one is a little bit bigger. So this is 3X. Some people have a half an inch wide, and this one is 1X. Okay, you realize that how you stretch it is a little bit different. So this one is a little bit more easy to stretch. This one is a little bit more difficult to stretch. So you may have to try this, but then we talked about the 7 inches. You may have to play around with, if it is wider, you may add a 1/4 inch or half an inch more when you cut them. What if I ran out of these, which I think we are all facing the same situation? We have some options. So I'm going to show you how to attach and how to make this strap that is attached at the 4 corners in the same way. I also think that you may have the option to use the cord or ribbons. So I only have some of these around my home, just ribbons that I got a long time ago. And these are the cable cords. So if you are attaching these, the little trick will be shown later on, which I have cut a piece of each to show you later on. Okay, so let's start. Now, if you want to know the most easiest length of the strap, that you can see the strap right here, okay, for the mask, will be 16 inches per strap. And you need 4 of them. So together is like 64 inches. So first thing is, if you have an iron or press, okay, you press the middle. So this is 2 inches wide, 16 inches long, and then press in the middle. Okay, so I make this fold mark. Then you fold in. So this hopefully is easy for you to see, but you kind of fold in on both sides. You open it up, and then now you press again. So when you fold this together, which I'm going to try, it looks like this. Okay, so when you're done, which this one is done, you have a 16 inches long strap. Okay. Now another trick is you can actually do a pretty long one. So in this case, if you look, I basically just sew it backstitch and then go all the way down here. Make a very long one, and you can actually trim it. Okay, this method will be very, very useful if you are using a jelly roll. So I put my jelly roll here. So some of them are pre-cut. They are 2.5 inches wide, and the easiest thing is sometimes if I don't have an iron next to me, so I just fold them, okay, towards the middle point, and then I clip it or pin it. Okay, so you can clip it or pin it. So by the time you sew this length, you can actually fold it in half and cut it in half. So I measure 32 inches because most of them, they have an extra 12 inches, like, because one bolt, the width is like 42. So you minus about 10 will be good enough. So that's about, if I fold it in half, you see that it is about 16 inches right there. Okay. Another possible way is, see, I have some scraps from doing the jelly roll, so I can connect them. Now, please remember, this is, you're making the mask for those people in need when they're waiting for the manufacturer of more masks that are suitable, like N95 or other hospital use masks. So I think the easiest thing to think about is, it is not about sewing skills. It is not about the most beautiful function is a priority right now. So that's how you think about this. So this is an example that I'm going to show you. So I have to run on my machine on, all the thread facing backwards. So I'm just going to run this through. I usually let my little container next to me. Put my clips back. Okay, so you keep on sewing and sew it together. You can see I did not even press this down, but then it looks pretty nice. So I'll stop right here. My back stitch I can continue anytime. So take this out, I snip the thread. You see, this looks pretty much the same as the one I pressed, and I did not press this one. This is my jelly roll. Okay, so let's go talk about attaching the strap. So if you look at a sample right here, okay, so the easiest way is you think about you finish a strap. So let's pretend that we have the strap. So now you will kind of clip where your smiley face is. You kind of clip on the left side and the right side. And my little trick is I actually rolled it up a few times. Okay, not too close to the clip. Okay, you don't want to be too close to the clip. So you roll it up a little bit, leaving an inch or two close to the clip or the edge, and I put a rubber band around it. Okay, so let me grab a rubber band, and I put a rubber band around this loosely right now because I want to join the other side as well. So again, this is where the left hand side is rubber band. The right hand side, I'm going to rubber band after I rolled it up. So you see, I'm going to roll this a few times. And now kind of long enough that I can join these two with the rubber band. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. That doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to make sure it is getting out of the way and you won't sew it by mistake. So if you look, it kind of look like this. Okay, now I'm going to tuck it in where the pocket is. If you're not making the pocket, just make sure you squeeze it in. And I'm going to flip my pocket. I'm going to flip my top rectangle. And again, I'm going to clip on both sides. I like to have a little bit extra of the strap coming off on the side. And when you sew it, let's find our X. This is the X. And this side is the same way. I can open it up. You can see it's the same way that both of them are rubber band. And again, is a very easy clip. Okay. They don't look the same, but that doesn't matter, just because it's from my jelly roll. So it doesn't matter. So you put it flatten as much as you can, so it's easier to sew. Okay. And now I put the layers on top. And again, you're going to sew it starting your X, where the X for the opening to flip it inside out, or right side, pretty side facing us. From here, back stitch, go around, pivot, turn, and do the same. Now I'm going to talk about what if you are using ribbons and other materials. Ribbons, I would think that is very similar, but if you don't want, say my ribbon is very narrow compared to what we're doing with the straps. So this one, I may put a knot on the top and make sure the knot is sticking up outside of the rectangle, kind of like this. So if I'm adding the ribbon, I want to give it an inch or two. And now you can see right here, you can see the knot is outside of the ribbon, okay? So if I'm putting the cord in, the cable cord in, this one, okay? Same idea. So I put a knot right here. Okay, I don't want to sew on top of the knot, it's just too thick. But I'm just gonna leave it outside and use the rubber band to keep it together. So again, if I'm changing the strap, because I ran out of strap now, but I found ribbons. So that's what you're gonna do. So you see, you clip that with the knot outside. The knot outside will keep the mask very much like stay in the strap and the cord or ribbon stay in place. Sometimes you have wider width ribbon than what I have, like this is a very narrow ribbon. Okay, but if you have wider ribbon, you probably don't have to worry about adding the knot, okay? So after you finish, I flip it inside out. You will see they don't have to look the same, but I have the top and the bottom, one set. And with one jelly roll that I have, I think I can make many, many straps. Again, if you have questions, I go with Team Tara to help them with making masks. Please ask, and I'm happy to help you. Thank you for watching. Bye.